Welcome to Paratalk with the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. Hair-raising, spine-tingling evidence covering the full supernatural spectrum. UFOs, cryptozoology, paranormal encounters. Have an experience to share? Call now, 865-264-0448. That's 865-264-0448. And now, here's your host, Stephen Brown, with fellow ETGS members, Steve Wiseman, Andrea Brown, and Jesse Arms. Welcome to Paratalk.
Hello and welcome to Paratalk. It is Friday, August 31st, and I'm Steven. And with me, I've got my normal crew. Same as always, sweet tea free. So in here in the studio,
just this evening we are.
Just this evening, yes. So with me, I've got my buddy, my brother, Mr. Steve Wiseman.
Hey.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Pretty good. We had a pretty good day.
It's been a great day. And then we've got, of course, Miss Andrea Brown.
Hey, y'all.
How are ya?
Just peachy.
Peachy?
Peachy.
Cool.
Cool.
You know, we have no peachy in our sweet tea right now.
No.
I don't like peach tea anyway.
Do you not?
No.
I do.
I do. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, that was like the only thing that McDonald's put out that I kind of liked.
Oh, my gosh. There's strawberry
See,
tea.
I don't
I know
like
you don't like
strawberries.
strawberry, but
Yeah.
that was the best tea ever.
Yeah.
Bring it back, McDonald's. Bring it back.
Never had it. I think I'm going to talk to my sexy voice today.
Uh-oh.
Watch out, ladies. Here I come.
Here comes Steve around the corner.
I think I sound more like Michael Keaton in Batman. Maybe not.
No, more like, I don't know.
Wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah.
So here, let me do that for you. Is that better?
Yep.
But, yeah, we had an awesome day, guys.
It was,
It
yeah.
was absolutely exciting and fantastic, and it was just
nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
not for me.
No.
I mean, it was great.
Not for you. For me and Steve, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking.
I mean,
but-
me and Jesse, we had the grandest time.
Yes, you did.
You know, being a veteran at it, you'd think I would have been a little more calm.
Right,
But
you would think that.
Yeah, guess not.
But
Yeah.
no. I think it would take doing it several times before you're actually calm doing it.
Right.
And just so we're not talking in the dark and people have no idea.
Although we like talking in the dark.
We do, yeah. But, you know.
And walking in the dark.
We don't want to leave them, the listener. We don't want to
In
leave
the
them
dark. I got
Yeah,
you.
gotcha.
Yeah. So today, well, first let me step back about a month and a half ago. A month and a half ago, we get an email through our website, easttnghostseekers.org, and it's from a guy saying that he's with a production company. He works for PBS, Public Broadcasting System.
East Tennessee?
Yes, the East Tennessee Public Broadcasting System. And he's like, we're going to do a special during the month of October on ghosts and ghost hunters and all of this. Spooky things. And they're like, would you guys be interested? We're like, yeah, of course. As long as it is not a scripted, you're going to follow us around, blah, 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 and we have to pretend we find something that we don't find. And he's like, no, it's nothing like that. It's just interviewing you guys talking about your experiences, past investigations, and, just about that stuff for the month of October. We're like, cool. Of course we're interested.
Count us in.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, long story short, been in talks with them, had to send them some video from our previous investigations, and today we went and did our part. We went down to the historic Southern Railways station in Knoxville.
Southern Railway.
Southern, that's what I said, wasn't it?
You just said historic railway.
Did I? I thought I said southern. Anyway,
Sorry.
we went to the
I
historic
was spaced
southern.
out.
Okay, we went to the historic Southern Railway Station in downtown Knoxville, Tennessee.
The old city.
The old
It's
city.
a gorgeous place. It is
Yes.
such an awesome. It's not only is it a museum, but it's also a venue that you hold events at.
And it's haunted.
It is haunted.
Yeah,
Say it ain't so.
it's so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so we went, and they did an interview segment with me, and then they did an interview segment with Steve. Then they followed us around with cameras, you know.
And we got to go in a train.
Yeah, I got to go in the old,
Choo choo.
the
It
old
was
passenger cars.
so cool. That was like
Yeah.
the highlight of my day.
When this comes out, this will air on East Tennessee PBS, and we will post a link to it on our Facebook page, the podcast page, and the ETGS page.
and all of our personal pages.
Yeah, and all of our personal pages.
And Andrea found out why Sheldon's such a big train geek.
She totally
I
did.
am just like Sheldon now. I love them.
Yeah.
I love trains. I mean, I'm not going to like find out everything about them like he knows, but I could just go and like all the old ones. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is just the coolest thing. I mean, we have RVs now, you know, that you hop in, drive. So you have this mobile house. Well, this is the same thing. It's a train car that has a dining car. There's a, you know, little sitting area. There's one room that has that's a sleeping room. It's got the bed in it. Then there's another room that has like a couch in it. And another one that has like a desk. And then another one that has just the bathroom and then a cooking area. It's just the coolest thing
There
ever.
was.
And-
I was just like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
And the dining car.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah. It totally reminds you of like the dining area in The Shining.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, just a small condensed version of that.
Well, yeah, because it's a
Yeah.
train.
Yeah. But I mean, this place was so cool. Very good, Andrea. But I mean, the place was awesome. Yeah. See what happens when you make fun? You get a headache.
You know, it'd be
Shut
cool.
up, I have a headache. I've got a headache.
I was telling Andrea, you know, it'd be cool is find a active train that's haunted and do like night trips through the town and have an investigation on the train.
That would
So
be just,
That would be so awesome.
I'd be all in.
Oh,
Count me
yeah.
in.
Yeah, but you know, we did score another cool thing out of going there and recording this with PBS. We scored an investigation.
Heck yeah.
We're going to go back in November, and we're going to investigate the train and the station itself, which is
Two buildings.
2 buildings.
And there's been reports in the train itself, the buildings. I mean,
Yeah, all over that area.
it's an old train place. It was built in what, 1903?
1903.
So there's about 115 years of history there.
Yes, yeah, and
You know, not to mention the recent history, you know, because the homeless shelter, Carr, is
Yeah.
right there, you know, and
And-
I guarantee there's been crimes and deaths on
Yeah.
those,
Oh, yeah.
those tracks.
I mean, the
right
tracks.
there.
I mean, they're right next to the active tracks.
Right.
You know, they're still using those.
yeah,
So
yeah, because there were trains going through there today
Yeah,
while
a
we
lot
were
of
filming those.
Oh, that wasn't residual
That,
stuff?
that
No,
wasn't
no, those
residual.
were real.
That was active trains.
Wow.
Yeah, I know you thought it was a residual
I
train.
did.
going
I
on
actually
track.
did think that the train started moving. I was like, what in the world? And then now I realized there was a train behind that one that was moving.
Yeah, and it just optical illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I was standing, I was like, oh my God.
Oh shit!
And then,
Oh, shit.
okay.
This sumbitch is moving, y'all. It's moving.
Is there that one of the other cameramen were still on the train?
Yeah.
I was like, it's taking off without him. Or with him on it.
Leroy, get off the train.
Jump, I'll catch you.
And there, when they were interviewing you, you know, Stephanie thought she saw her first ghost.
Yeah,
Bless her heart.
yeah, with that
I'm not gonna
family
lie.
with her.
I saw that. I saw what she saw first, and I was like, I was gonna say something to her, but like they were still talking, and I was just like, oh, I'll just hold off. And then she was like, I about peed my pants. I thought
She said it a little bit differently.
She did.
Yeah.
But these people, there was a small tour of 2 people going through the train, and they were walking off as soon as we were standing there. They did look spooky, though.
You know, I just want to say that Stephanie and her cameramen,
They were awesome.
Oh, they were fantastic.
so awesome. So awesome. I mean, I can't remember the gentleman's name, the older guy.
I can't either.
The main camera guy.
Bill
or Ben or Bob or something. Maybe it was Bob. I think it was Bob. I can't remember. But they were so...
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We're all bad with names.
We're old.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Sorry.
No, our brains are full.
Our brains are full.
We are not old. Our brains are just full.
Exactly.
I just have a headache.
Right.
Sorry.
See, I have that too. Did you take any of that sign off?
No, I took ibuprofen.
Yeah. That was a bad mistake.
Oh, no, I'm taking sign off, too. Don't worry. That's coming later.
Yeah,
Because as soon as I take the sign off, this one's going to sleep.
I'm going to sign off as soon as we sign off.
Hey, wait. It's not that.
I'm going to watch Skyscraper.
What?
I'm going to watch Skyscraper.
Oh, whatever.
They come in like a wrecking ball.
You freaked out when you saw the previews of that
I know.
because you were like,
Yeah, I don't like heights. I do not like heights. Everyone knows I
I was
do
thinking
not
we should
like
watch The
heights.
Shining. I don't know.
I've seen that 1,000 times, but I've never seen
I've only seen it
Skyscraper.
900.
Never seen it in 4K.
That's true. I haven't ever seen it in 4K. Oh, shit. We may be watching The Shining. Who knows?
It's not golf.
Oh, we could play
Crap.
golf. I think she said that just because she wants to.
No.
That was
my-
like reverse psychology.
No, I was whispering to Steve.
You were whispering into a microphone,
Shut
and we're
up,
all
my
wearing
head hurts.
headphones.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
I think we all got headaches
Yeah.
being out there in that heat all
But
day.
I'm telling you, dude, I took that sign off, and it's helping
My brain.
a lot.
Squeeze it.
I'm trying.
Okay, well, on with tonight. Tonight. Did I say when it was going to be on TV?
You did not.
I did not.
You just said that we would post a link.
Yeah, we will post a link when it comes out to everyone that's not in East Tennessee. But for you all that are in East Tennessee, it is premiering on October 21st at 5 p.m. That's a Sunday. So if you don't have anything to do on a Sunday evening around 5 o'clock,
There you
tune
go.
in to East Tennessee PBS and check us out on the show called Tennessee Life.
Or if you are busy, just DVR it.
Yeah, record that shit. Yeah, totally.
Or just, if you don't have access to that, then just wait until our link comes out, and then you can watch it then.
Yeah.
Anytime.
You can watch it anytime. Yeah. All right. So tonight we are interviewing a couple of people, and we haven't really interviewed anybody in this genre yet. We did one, but I prefer not to mention that person ever again.
Eh.
And so, but we got a couple authors. We have Chris Carr and Clarissa Vazquez tonight. And they're both paranormal investigators. They've been investigating for a while. And they work on debunking and scientific stuff. And we're just going to dive deep into their minds and, maybe learn a few things. I'm always down to learn some new techniques and some new strategies and help everyone in the paranormal field out. So it should be interesting.
But you just said your brain was full.
It's going into the computer.
Okay.
I can just listen to it over and over and over
Okay.
again. Yeah. Andrea's not old, so her brain's not full, so we'll let it download
But
to
my
her.
brain hurts right now.
Well, you got to pay attention. Sorry. You're the smart one. You're the one we depend on to come up with all the big words.
Like cat and dog,
And cheese,
mustard and mayonnaise.
Bless your heart.
donuts. All right, guys. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back with some more Paratalk.
Hey, this is Steve with Paratalk. Do you have a story to share? Call us at 865-264-0448 to explain your paranormal experience. Do you have a chilling story you'd like to share? Or just give us a topic you'd enjoy us to discuss? We understand some of you would like to keep anonymous, so the choice is yours if you want to share your name. So call 865-264-0448 now to have your story heard on the next episode of Paratalk.
You're listening to Paratalk with East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, a new perspective in paranormal talk radio.
All right, and we are back. Welcome.
We are.
Back.
We are back. All right, guys. So we have got some guests on the phone.
Heck yeah.
We do.
We do. All right. So without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Chris Carr and Miss Clarissa Vazquez to Paratalk.
Welcome.
Welcome, guys.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
And thank you for taking the time out of your Friday evening to sit down and talk with us. I'm sure you would rather be anywhere else than sitting on your couch or wherever you're sitting talking with us. But we really do appreciate you guys taking time out of your evening to sit down and talk with us.
That's our Appreciate you too. Thank you.
All right. So, first off, we're going to do this the gentleman's way, and we're going to go ladies first. So, Chris, you sit back and chill, have a drink, and listen for a second. So Clarissa,
Unless you're driving.
unless you're driving,
No drinking while you're driving.
unless it's like a tea or something. I think that's still cool in most places. But so Clarissa, what got you interested in the paranormal field?
It all started about 22 years ago when I was in the service.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service.
You're welcome. My pleasure. And I was a very low-ranking enlisted person on a very, very tall totem pole. And the hospital at my duty station was in the process of converting their old morgue into a physical therapy department. And so being the grunt that I was tasked with helping to clean up some of the construction debris.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sweeping up brick dust and asbestos and all of that fun stuff that was really popular in the 90s.
See, that's really near and dear to mine and Steve's heart.
It really is.
Because we work for the Department of Energy, and we abate asbestos every single day.
They feel
So
your
you
pain.
feel my pain, right?
Absolutely.
110% in every part of our body. Yes.
So I came back from Noontime South and went down into the basement area, and there was a gentleman standing there in the 1960s, 70s era olive drab combat fatigues, not the green camouflage uniforms that were standard when I was in the service.
Right.
He was very tangible, three-dimensional. He was not transparent or wispy or anything, just as tangible as you guys are looking at each other. But he looked out of place. His uniform was wrong, but he was clean cut. And I looked at him. I said, "Sir, can I help you find something?" And he looked at me and looked away, walked through a cinder block wall, and disappeared.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a paranormal experience right there.
Right there, yeah. And it didn't dawn on me to be afraid.
Yeah.
And so the internet was still in its infancy.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have Google readily available. I think Yahoo had a search engine at the time. But I ended up getting a library card off post and started reading every book I could get my hands on by, Hans Holzer, Ed Warren, and the like. And that's really what created the monster.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool. Very cool story.
That is awesome.
And so now you are currently in Colorado, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and you formed the Colorado Coalition of Paranormal Investigators.
Yes, I did back in 2004.
Very, very cool.
Awesome.
So how many members strong are we in the Colorado?
Right now, we are 13 strong.
Very cool.
Wow.
Very cool. That's awesome. Do you guys get a lot of calls for residentials in that area, or do you do mainly the bigger businesses and the well-known haunted locations?
We get calls for anything and everything.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, see, we're part of a group here in Tennessee. We're the East Tennessee Ghost Seekers. We just became 6 strong. It's been 4 of us for years. And we just brought in 2 new members, 2 guys that we've worked with several times, and their schedule actually freed up, and they shot me a message wanting to know if we were accepting members, and we jumped all over it because they're awesome. So yeah, we're 6 strong now. All right, so now, Chris, put your beer down, and you can tell me a little bit about yourself.
Wait, Chris, are you on video? Can they see you?
No, actually, we can't.
I'm called in.
All right.
Do we need to check Stephen for some
Probably a
like
good thing.
telekinetic, like some psychic?
Maybe I have psychic abilities, and I don't know that shit yet.
Psychotic abilities.
That may be closer to it, yeah. All right, Chris, give us a little bit about yourself. When did you first get interested in the paranormal field?
Well, I was kind of like a creepy kid, you know, growing up. I liked horror movies. I liked things that were creepy. Always appealed to me. In middle school, I started reading like Hans Holzer books. You know, I leaned on Stephen King and things of that nature. So I like those kind of like darker aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I think a little later in life, you know, when paranormal field became a field, I was kind of interested in this with, you know, having lost some family members and wanting to maybe have some contact again. It just drew my interest, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Very, very cool. I mean, and, you know, I got to say, I feel closer to you already because you probably are drinking a beer, and you got that same background that Steve and I have, the love of the horror films, that ever-growing question from these horror films, you know, of what else can be out there, and that's, yeah.
So, Chris, are you part of a group?
Yeah, I am on the East Coast Coalition of Paranormal Investigators, which is sort of an offshoot of what Clarissa has in Colorado. We have a strong team out in Massachusetts on the East Coast.
Awesome.
Very cool. And how many members strong is your group?
I think we're at like 8 members right now.
Very cool.
I almost want to go and look at a list.
Very cool. Very cool.
Just got to make sure.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Let me double check that for you. But yeah, it's a newish group. We're newer than the Colorado version, obviously. But you know, we're
Gotta
out here
start
and we
somewhere.
have some experienced people on the team,
Yeah.
and you know, a lot of us are from other teams and such.
Mm-hmm.
Are you originally from that area? Because you don't have that New Englander accent.
That's because I have to talk on the phone a lot.
I got you.
Yes. The professional phone voice.
Because I was born
If
in
you come to me
Providence, Rhode
drunk,
Island.
You'll definitely hear that accent.
Yeah. Steve was born in Providence, Rhode Island. So yeah, a lot of
Is
his.
that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so was I.
Were you
Actually.
really? Wow.
Yeah, I
Small
was.
world.
Holy shit! Maybe y'all
Women and
are
infants.
related.
And hell, you can spit across Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
Everything's 15 minutes away.
yeah. Wow.
very cool.
Yeah, I lived in Woonsocket till I was about 8 years old before we moved to Florida.
Telling
Nice.
you.
Well, that's a good move.
It was for the most part in the 80s. Oh yeah, real good.
All right, so the reason that we have you guys on here tonight is because just last week you guys had a really cool book drop that I haven't had a chance to pick up yet, but I definitely am going to pick up this book.
Oh yeah.
So it deals with debunking. It deals with a lot of things that the paranormal field may be lacking in some knowledge of.
Oh yeah, I think that there's far too many TV shows out there that sensationalize the wow factor.
Yes, and yeah. I mean, and I'm gonna use this line that one of mine and Steve's buddies that we used to investigate with said one time, and it stuck with me. And every time I watch the show, at some point in time, that line goes through my head, and I giggle a little bit. Kind of like a little schoolgirl, I giggle a little bit. And it was Zach Baggins and Jeff Hurt, one of our old investigators that me and Steve investigated with many, many, many times. He was talking about Zach, and we were talking about orbs. And he goes, every time I watch Ghost Adventures, it's always orb this, orb that, light anomaly, da 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 da. He goes, like, I swear I was watching it one day, and it was like, an orb flew out of Nick's ass and in Zach's mouth, and he started talking shit. And it's, and
I love that.
yes, so.
I'm pretty sure I saw that episode.
Yeah,
a few times.
yeah. I think we've all seen that episode. Yeah, like several times.
I'm gonna be thinking that
Every time you watch
see it
that
now.
orb just flew out of Zach's ass and into Aaron's mouth, and now he's talking shit.
Oh
But,
my god.
Yeah, I mean,
So not right.
He's never said that to me before. That's the first I've heard that.
you don't remember that?
No.
Jeff said that. Jeff Hurt said that
Oh
one
my
night while we were when we were investigating Morse Mill.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Oh my gosh, it
I was
so
too
funny.
engulfed with that place.
Yeah, that place was amazing.
But anyway,
But anyway, back to your all's book. I don't care who goes. You guys can choose. We can stick with the ladies first. But give us a little preview of your book, some topics that you guys hit, and what made you decide to write the book on this, and was it that orb coming out of Nick's ass into Zach's mouth and causing him to talk shit? So it just
Almost, right?
yeah. Yeah, because I mean, we've all seen dust, we've all seen bugs, and especially with the way the cameras are now, the 4K cameras, the HD cameras, you can see the wings on them, you can see this, you can see flight patterns, you can see all that. So just give
the
us
fairies.
Yeah, the fairies. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they're sprites. But just one of you jump in there and tell me who came to who about this book. Let's go there.
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was going to let you run with that, but okay. It was really a discussion about videos we had seen where, dust and bugs were being, given as, entities and things of a paranormal nature that clearly weren't. It's still, in 2018, 2017, I think is when we started talking about it. And we just wanted to get to the root of it. And I had a long discussion about these things. We realized it's a common thing because YouTube is full of them, Google is full of them. It's like you just cannot say enough. An orb is dust. It's not, a ghost, that kind of thing. And from there, we talked about the natural inclination to feel that way. We explored pareidolia quite a bit, and our own experiences with it. Mm-hmm. And that was the beginning of the book. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm shuffling a few things around here in the background.
Yeah, you're fine.
It started out as kind of like a multi-month-long bitch session, if you'll pardon my language.
You don't have to pardon your language. You say whatever you want.
You know, we were frustrated. We were tired of seeing the same lame things over and over again, and people calling it evidence. And we did an interview last weekend on Spooky South Coast Radio, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with that show or their science advisor, Matt Moniz, but he put it really well. And he said, evidence is something that you can present in court. We as researchers don't have evidence, we have data. And that's exactly what it is. And, you know, people are calling this evidence when really a lot of it is incomplete, inconclusive, fabricated, or phony data.
Right. I mean, how many of us actually have evidence of anything? You know, if you want to put it, really cut to the quick. You know, it's things that we can't explain,
right?
But it's essentially data.
You're exactly right. I mean, yeah. I mean, because, you know, we've caught two, you know, out of, we've been a group since 2009. I've been investigating since 2001. Steve's been investigating in 2005. We've been this group since 2009. And in that, you know, that span, we've caught 2 full body apparitions. But, you know, how many hours and hours and hours of stuff have we gone through sitting in these places, doing what we do to catch that? But we have, you know, yeah, we have the video of that. But like you say, yes, that's data. That's all that is. And, you know, we've got EVPs. You know, we've got disembodied voices. I understand, you know, a lot of people catch EVPs or whatever. It may be, a lot of it's, you know, they could be recording over and over and over, and some of that stuff bleeding through from past recordings. But like, we've caught several disembodied voices that we've heard with our own ears. You know, more than one of us. You know, we got an excellent one at Waverly Hills Sanatorium in a stairwell of a little girl saying, "Can you help me?" That 3 of us in that stairwell heard at the same exact time and went, "What the fuck?" You know? I mean...
Sure.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get us wrong. We're not saying that, you know, everything is crap. And good evidence.
And I totally understand.
Good data.
Yeah.
You know, I love EVPs, and I find them very hard to debunk when they're clear and a Class A and that kind of stuff. I think more of the gist is like coming up with something substantial rather than presenting, you know, to the world at large,
right?
Things that can easily be debunked, or, you know. And
I totally...
A shadow on a wall from a statue.
I think it brings us all down, because there is really good stuff out there if you sift through it. And
and I totally agree
what
with
you want to shoot for.
Yes, we all sitting here totally 110% agree with you.
Absolutely.
On that. I mean, because that's just like us. We've caught things that we thought we had, but then when we go over it, because like if I'm going through stuff through a camera and I see something, I don't say, "Oh shit, I've got this." No, I'm like, "Dude, come here, you look at this. Watch this section, see if you see anything." Then it goes on to the next person. You know, we have everyone look through that piece of evidence, you know, that piece of video, that piece, whatever you want, that data. And if there's nothing there, there's nothing there. You know, because pixelation will play with your mind and your eyes, especially after staring at a monitor for 7 and 8 hours.
Exactly.
Because after,
and your ears, you know, your mind can play so many games. You know, when you're sitting there listening to the same bit, it's like, well, I hear something, and you play it back, and 3 hours later, you know, there's an entire conversation there that nobody else can hear.
Right. So. Yeah, because your mind's wanting to go, please God, let there be something here.
I'm not just sitting here for hours and hours listening to nothing.
Yeah.
Pareidolia. You know, it sets in.
And you know, we, like, our team,
When in doubt,
throw it out.
that's it.
That's the
That's
golden
right.
rule. That's the golden rule with our team. I mean, because if we all cannot listen to this EVP and we all come up with the same word, or
It's trash.
It's trash. You throw it out. We do not
Yeah.
present that to
You know,
anyone.
At least be close.
Yeah.
You know, you hear that, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah.
not hearing this.
Yeah.
I mean, and you come across the ones that are like,
Completely
I
different
hear
thing.
the word cat. Well, I heard hat.
Yeah. Or
There was a rat.
I heard
No.
George.
no, that said bacon. It said bacon. Yeah. 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 No, we do not present any of that evidence. And I mean, because, you know, we've been in the field for a long time, and, you know, we get these younger teams, they'll come to us and ask us advice and all this, and they'll send us EVPs, you know, check this out, see what you're hearing. And, you know, I'm like, you know, well, number one, don't tell me what you're hearing. You know, don't tell me that you heard "come get me out of this room," because then I'm going to be listening for "come get me out of this room." Let me make that determination for myself. You know,
Sure. You know, I think we're trying to point out some of that stuff that you get over, and maybe a few more advanced topics as well. You know, and just try to get it out there, because, you know, it's almost like a cause. You know, I think we all want to present good stuff. I think we all believe in it for the most part. Not all of us, but most of us do, and have had experiences that we necessarily can't explain or can't necessarily explain. You want to share that. So, like, how do you go about that? Well, you can't do it showing dust on YouTube. You can't do it showing, you know, somebody in your team whispering in the background.
right?
You know, and you didn't realize it, and things of that nature.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You know,
I
are
mean,
things that sound completely different from person A to person B.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some of the techniques we go into are like using, you know, decent headphones, for example. You know, using a flat EQ
mm-hmm.
and a speaker, and something a lot of people don't think about, right?
Yep.
You know, using monitor type headphones, which aren't all that expensive. They can be, but they don't have to be.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It makes a difference. That way, you know, everything sounds the same to everybody that listens to it.
right.
And then you can better hear what was actually there, rather than, you know, nuances.
And we highly suggest
given
not
by the
passing around
EQ of it.
earbuds.
Yeah, passing around earbuds is frowned upon.
Yeah, no, I don't recommend that.
Yeah, but yeah,
Right,
like
Unless
us.
they're very good or studio type earbuds, which I'm not
That's
even
true.
familiar with. But I think the best things are like things that are made for music, for recording, so that an engineer can mix something clearly.
Mm-hmm.
A sound engineer, which is the flat EQ, meaning the bass is not enhanced.
Right.
I mean, most earphones that are made for music, they have some sort of EQ to the speaker, to the cup that holds it. The whole thing is made to make music sound better, and a lot of times that's the highs and the lows, right?
Yes.
Right.
With more of a flatter mid. And, you know, you're going to distort things by doing that. You want to just kind of start clean. You want to hear what was really there,
Mhm.
as clear as it can possibly be. So it sounds the same to everybody.
Yeah, and see, like here in the studio, we use the same headphones in the studio that we use when we're doing our evidence review. You know, like we use Sony studio monitor headphones, and like mine are Audio Technica studio headphones, and you know, they all the quality we get listening through these versus listening through earbuds. Because, like, I've listened to stuff through earbuds just because, you know, hey, I want to listen to this laying down on the couch and I don't want to be uncomfortable. And hear, like, what you think is a voice or a whisper or whatever, and then you put the studio monitor headphones on and you realize it's someone's foot scoot across the floor. You know, you can hear the gravel. You can hear that. You know, so it totally makes a huge difference in the type of headphones that you're using when you listen to back to your evidence review.
Well, like I said, there's an EQ difference, you know, between a headphone that's made to listen to music. They may be heavy on bass if you tend to like bass heavy music or something like that. You know, you want something that's literally flat. Like you know how an EQ band looks, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a wave.
Yep.
You want something that's like flat across, where, you know, all the frequencies are the same. That's what people use to mix a record,
Right.
or a CD or MP3 or whatever it is, we listen to now.
Yeah.
I've been through a few incarnations.
Wicca what?
You want to go that route because that way you're hearing what's actually there without
Yes.
put any kind of modification.
Mm-hmm. And see, like us, a lot of times what we do, and I, all the like the younger investigators that have come to us with questions, I always tell them the same thing: load your stuff into a sound program, like a free one, Audacity, that works amazing, and it's free. Load it in there, go into the EQ settings, and flatten everything out. That is the first thing we do when we load our stuff into Audacity. We set the levels flat all the way across. And it, number one, it makes it easier to distinguish the EVP from the foot shuffle, or from the wind blowing, or from the dog down the street barking. And it takes no time to do
Absolutely.
that. And it helps out tremendously.
Right. It's just an extra step that makes things better, and you all hear the same thing.
Yes.
We talked about Yanni and Laurel. That was an internet phenomenon a few months ago. Which ran into the time we were actually writing that chapter, so it was like perfect timing. And what Clarissa and I found was like we played the Yanni Laurel soundbite, through different speakers. It did vary,
Right.
We could tell a difference. It might sound like Yanni if it was more bass heavy, and I forget which was which, but the point being that the EQ made a difference.
Yeah. Yeah,
I could hear
For the
both.
record, I still swear it's Yanni.
See, Yanni was what I heard first.
Whoa!
And then I did hear it in different formats, and I was like, okay, so I can hear Laurel.
I heard bacon.
No, you wanted bacon. You were hungry.
You might find if you played it through your phone, it sounded one way. If you played it through a headset, it sounded a different way.
Yeah, because
through earbuds, it sounded a little different. And that is the natural EQ of those speakers, because speakers themselves, in a way they're designed, have a certain EQ. And it's just another thing to consider to maybe rule out some pareidolia.
I just want to say that I'm looking at the chapter names of your book, and all I have to say is that if nothing else, if nobody reads like any part about this book, if they see the titles of the chapters, that's going to make them want to read this book. Because I just want to know how you lose 50 pounds on the paranormal diet, because I'm all in.
Wait, what? What? Sign me up.
You haven't yet? I can sell you that secret.
I mean,
$99.99 plus $10 a month.
I'm telling you, your chapter titles are absolutely awesome, and reading them, I'm like, okay, I've got to get this book because these are just amazing. I know, I'm like holding it back from you guys.
Thank you.
These guys are looking at me like,
Thank you.
wait, what?
It would have been all too easy for us to sit down and write this book and make it completely technical so that only people with an IQ at my level or above could understand it. But we realized really quickly that nobody would want to read it.
Right, and it does.
So we're trying to make it relative to every investigator in the field. And so, not to toot my own horn, but the subtitle chapters were my idea. And I went to Chris and I'm like, I've got this idea, and I was running it by him. He goes, I think we should do it. And so I created little subtitles for each chapter, and it wound up being something kind of funny for most of them.
Oh,
they're pretty awesome, right? I mean, it's just like, all right, what the hell is that about? You
and it does draw you in. Like, had I not seen anything else about this, but seen these titles, I would have been like, okay, now that's funny. Okay, I got to see what this is about. Just okay.
Yeah, because okay,
There's a few inside jokes, believe it or not.
I love it.
Well, let me paint this picture for you right now, so you guys can see what Steve and I are seeing. So, before we got started with the podcast tonight, I went through and went to the email that Clarissa had sent me, and I printed out the bio page and the preface for the book and all this, and Andrea grabbed the paper.
No,
Yeah.
it sat down in front of me and
Okay.
I picked it up.
Yeah, and so she's getting to see all this funny stuff, and me and Steve are sitting here looking at each other like, "What the hell?"
I think
So,
I
she's-
think you would really love chapter 8.
Okay, what's chapter 8?
Sasquatch and UFOs. Dude, I saw Elvis dressed as a Yeti in a spaceship.
Nice.
I saw that too. Yeah, it was last.
Oh, you saw that Elvis?
Yes, it was last Thursday on my way to work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. I had slept like an hour.
He needs to read
Yeah,
this.
I had slept like an hour and a half, and I left for work at 4:30 in the morning, and yeah, I saw it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, Elvis was eating a peanut butter sandwich, but we didn't have enough room on the page for all that text.
I love it.
Well, see, the one I saw, he was drinking a peanut butter shake.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah, it was a different guy.
Can I actually want to read these off so you guys don't.
Do you guys mind if she reads the chapter names?
Oh, by all means, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so chapter 1 is Fool Me Once, Shame on You. Fool Me Twice, Shame on the World.
Nice.
Chapter 2 is The Big Fish on the Line? I lost 50 pounds on the paranormal diet. Is Santa Claus coming to town?
I love that.
Squirrel.
Chapter 3 Optical Illusions. Can you see what I'm saying?
Nice.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good. Chapter 4 Orbs, the Dust Man in the Moon.
Love it.
Yeah, yep. I like that.
Chapter 5 Shadows, Reflections, and Portals. Oh my.
Auntie Am.
And you were there, and you were there.
Chapter 6 Apparitions. Don't you see the man eating the hot dog?
I did. I was probably
He
that
sees
man.
way too much. I think we might need to get him
It
checked.
was not Elvis.
It was not Elvis.
No, that was me. I was in the mirror.
Not that time.
and I was in the mirror eating a hot dog.
Why he's eating hot dogs looking at himself, I don't know.
I don't either.
Chapter 7 Audio Matrixing. Let it snow.
I heard bacon.
Bacon, yeah. And then, of course, Chapter 8 Sasquatch and UFOs. Dude, I saw Elvis dressed as a Yeti in a spaceship.
Awesome.
Chapter 9
That's
Investigation.
my favorite one.
That is like super. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's all Clarissa. She came up with those, which is awesome.
Chapter
And very
9
funny.
Investigation Divination. Did I say that right? Divination?
divination, yeah.
Divination. Say that 3 times fast. Yeah, apparently I can't say it the first time.
It's slow.
You'll work on it. Just work on
I'm
it.
practicing. It's the braces.
Yeah. Just breathe, grasshopper.
Chapter 10 Marian, Apparitions, and Stigmata. Oh, help me, Lord Jesus.
Oh shit.
And Chapter 11 Investigation Equipment. Science or snake oil?
Snake oil. I vote
always
for
snake
snake oil every time. And you got to add more
Yeah, pretty
cowbell.
much.
Yeah, you got to add more cowbell.
Seriously, if nothing else,
Those were amazing.
Those are. Yes.
everybody should just get this book
Okay.
just for these times.
Everybody just take a moment and let's give an applause to Clarissa for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for making me laugh tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. No applause, just throw money or buy the book.
Exactly. There you go.
And it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, applause, money.
Essentially,
Yeah.
if they throw money directly at me, I get to keep it all. If they buy the book, I got to split it with Chris.
Oh, there you go.
I
We knew there was a
understand
catch there somewhere.
Yes, so that's right.
Awesome.
Okay, so
Excited.
look, Andrea's sitting over here like a little giddy schoolgirl right now. She's just grinning from ear to ear.
That is so funny. I love it.
So, let's talk evidence. I want each of you to. Okay, let me rephrase this. Let's talk data. I want each of you to present me with your best piece of data you've collected while investigating? Clarissa, you win hands down with the guy in the barracks or the building. But since you've been investigating, what is the best piece of evidence you've caught, and where was it?
Wow.
I know.
I've got so many.
Yeah, don't put us on the spot or anything.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't throw you
Where's
under
that
the
bus?
bus.
I'm not
I'm
throwing
just
him.
kidding.
I'm not throwing him under the bus. I'm just leading him that way.
I'm just holding your hand.
Come on, hop in the van. Yeah, I have ice cream.
Want some candy?
You want some candy, little
Okay,
girl?
gravy. Y'all ain't right.
You know why? Because you need to.
Hail to the king, baby.
That's right.
Once again, you ain't right.
Okay, so, it don't have to be best piece, but something that's
Most memorable.
Yeah, most
There
memorable.
you go.
Well, like I said, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and so I've got a lot of really cool stuff and a lot of really cool experiences. But the one that pops to my mind right now, off the top of my head, is one that it's an EVP that we collected last fall using a GoPro, believe it or not. The GoPro picked it up. And it was a residential case, so I can't give details. I will say that we did ultimately refer the case to clergy.
Wow.
But in the middle of this investigation, the GoPro picked up this child's voice shouting, "Mommy, I don't want to die."
Wow.
Yeah, that just gave me goosebumps.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
Wow.
sad.
And, like I said, we ultimately had to refer the case to clergy because it was outside of our scope of practice. And, even with myself being a seminary educated, ordained minister, I was not willing to tackle this one.
Wow.
So if you guys know anything about what children and childlike EVPs can be an indicator of, you kind of know what I'm hinting at with
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Yes, we totally
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
But that one, none of our audio recorders picked it up. It was a GoPro that we had placed at the foot of the stairs.
Those
And
GoPros are
the,
awesome.
Yeah. The investigator that actually caught it, she called me and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm sleeping." And she said, "Get dressed. I'm in your driveway."
Okay.
You got to hear this shit right now.
And so we sat at my kitchen table. She said, "You're not going to believe this." And she played it for me. And it takes a lot to make my jaw fall down like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been doing it for so long, it's almost like a been there, done that, got the t-shirt kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw that and went, whoa. And so we were able to crop it and, pull the audio out of it. And, we don't run it through Audacity, we run it through Goldwave.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, we were able to isolate it, and it wasn't any of our investigators goofing off, because we had the video aspect of the GoPro to show where our team members were.
Right.
And it was just clear as day. And this little child, presumably a girl, shouting, "Mommy, I don't want to die."
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah, and so we actually have the audio portion of that on our website. Because it was a private residence, we wouldn't put the video part up.
Right.
But we do have the audio that we pulled from it on our website, so you guys can give it a listen.
Yeah,
Heck
we'll
yeah.
check it out this
Very
evening.
cool. Yeah. Totally want to hear that.
That's crazy. Oh.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Next up to bat.
Okay, top that, Chris.
Yeah, top that, Chris.
Come on.
No, I really can't top that. I'll be honest with you. My best experiences are spiritual experiences, which I really can't prove. Where I get a flood of images, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an provable thing. But my EVPs, I got some good EVPs, absolutely. I have question response EVPs, I don't really have a good story like Clarissa does, so I'm a little stuck here because I just started scanning my mind about my EVP collection, and I can't top that.
Yeah, I mean that.
So I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, number one, it's not a competition, but I mean, and
no, we're not. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'd rather just leave it with her because that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
I love that story.
I'm bowing out right now.
Yeah, see, that's like we were called out to do a residential investigation a few years back, and it's kind of along the same lines, except we got EVPs that were in a straight up
true demonic
voice saying
what we would imagine a true demonic voice would be.
I mean, it's gruff, it's angry, it's forceful, and it says, "Get the slut out of my house." And it was a lady who had moved and bought this house. She was an antiques dealer. She lived in the house by herself. She was the only one in that house. And we actually, I'm sure you guys have all heard of Bill Bean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bill came down and he performed 4 exorcisms on the house and 3 on the lady that lived in the house. It was nasty.
It was
very, very, very nasty. And, just like you said, this was like one of the first legit demonic cases that we had ever handled, and we had no clue. So
we weren't prepared.
No, not at all.
Nope.
And
now let me ask you guys a question then.
Yes.
Now, I will be the first person to tell you that provoking is not a good idea. I'm not an advocate of it. I think the muscle-clad idiot on television with the too tight T-shirts, I think he's a fool for what he does. But
it's not him; it's that orb.
I have to admit, when I get data like that and I hear sound bites like that, I want to put on my boxing gloves. I want to be like, bring it, come on.
Right.
But I have to kind of squelch that. But
she says, "Come at me, bro."
Or are you like, come on, let's go?
Yeah. Yeah, she totally has that "come at me, bro." Here, let me play that soundbite.
Come at me, bro.
There you go. Come at me, bro.
But I mean,
you're right.
Yeah, I mean, and we feel the same because you want to defend that person. You want, but in the same aspect that you want to defend that person, you also don't want to go in there and
make it worse
and make it worse by trying to be Billy Bob badass. I'm Mr. Super tight muscle T-shirt that this ball of light flew out of Nick's ass into my mouth, and now I'm talking shit. But
I'm the stereotypical
looking like a certain chef show, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And so, being the stereotypic redheaded Irish woman that I am, you confront me, and I'm going to step up.
Right. Yeah.
If it's called for. I probably didn't say that because people are going to be like, "Oh, well, I don't ever want to get into a heated discussion with her." That's not the case.
You're always right.
I've been accused of that. That's true. But no, I mean, it takes a lot of self-control when you're in situations like that, and you've got someone, being aggressive like that to not, stand up as tall as you can, which for me isn't very tall because I'm only 5'2". But it takes a lot of self-control not to go, all right, let's go. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go, man. I'm here.
And you're exactly right.
Right. I remember being in the house in Salem, New Hampshire, not Salem, Massachusetts. Oddly enough, right? Salem, New Hampshire as well. And, it was very dark. And one of the investigators I was with, that was on my team at the time, felt like she was being attacked and choked. And, I said a few kind of random things because in my mind I was questioning, is this really happening? Is she really feeling this? And just wondering about the trust level. And then when I played back the recording, sure enough, there were answers to pretty much all my questions. You know, and they were simple answers. They were, 1 to 2 words.
Mm-hmm.
But sure shit, they were there,
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, and,
it does happen,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of like raising back then, I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah.
And then right away, it was just like clear as day response. Okay.
Yeah.
Almost had like a British accent to it.
Wow.
Okay.
Very
that kind of
cool.
stuff.
And
Like, wow.
it makes you feel so good when you do have those EVP sessions, and because I know we've had a few, where you're doing those EVP sessions, and you get that short conversation, and it's the same voice responding to you every time. I mean, you can put it up, and look at it visually, on the graphics.
Right. They usually change.
Yes.
I noticed that they tend to change.
Yes.
Like they'll ventilate, and then they'll change, and you'll hear like both almost back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, what is that? Why does that happen?
Right.
And I really can't explain that.
Yeah.
But again, it's data.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
right. Yeah. I mean, it's
are
cool.
we talking to 2 ghosts? Are we talking the same one? It seems like the same conversation.
right.
But I hear it jump back and forth, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I
more voices than that.
I
don't know. EVPs are one of the better data finds that I'm into. I love EVPs.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
because it's because I guess where you're spending so much time in these dark rooms and sitting there feeling like you are, like you guys had described in something that I had read. I think it was the beginning to your book, or that you're sitting in these dark rooms, virtually talking to no one. And then you listen back and you get those intelligent answers, that not just me, but me and Steve and Andrea and Jesse, and Julie, we all sit and we listen and we all hear that same response, without forcing what we're hearing. I'm not going to.
No, we're doing like, here, what do you hear?
Yeah, what do you hear? Do you hear anything at all? I mean, but
Tell me I'm not crazy.
Right.
yeah. I've heard this
Very
19
interesting.
times now.
Photographic evidence is like so hard to come by. So many things can easily be explained.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how many pictures I see of reflections in windows.
Yeah.
People are posting them or sending them to me or whatever. Like,
Yeah, you get.
yeah,
I mean,
it could be a lot of
and
things.
you,
Case in point, Chris,
pareidolia.
the photo we looked at this afternoon.
Right.
She said the
Right,
photo
right,
you
right.
looked this afternoon. Yeah.
When I sent you, it's like,
Yeah.
what is that? Is that dust? Is that something else? I don't know. Is it just a wrapping on the ventilator tubes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain that, what I sent you, but
and sometimes you,
it doesn't look like something out of Scooby-Doo for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Chris and I were able to investigate together this last weekend
oh,
in Massachusetts.
Very cool.
And Chris
S.K.
sends me
Beers,
this
which
picture.
was awesome.
Yeah, I'm back in Colorado now. Chris sends me this picture, and he goes, "Did you get any other photos of this area? Because this one photo kind of has me stumped." And he sends me this picture, and immediately it's this picture of some duct, some of the really flexible air duct tubing.
yeah.
And
It's very silver.
Yeah.
Color,
silver,
it's
very
reflective,
reflective. And
shiny
the
silver
first-
stuff.
The first thing I see is this alien demon-looking face.
Oh.
And I'm like, please tell me you're not referring to the face. And he's like, no. I'm like, look over to the right. I'm like, okay, and so I enhanced the image and we got it debunked. But the first photo he sends me, he's like, I see this face in it, and I'm like,
Yeah, it actually did look like a
Pareidolia.
big alien face. I'm like, no,
Not that.
Not that. This cloudy stuff. Like, what is this? Like, what does it look like? It's wrapped around it or something. It's weird.
I mean, it's amazing. Like,
Translucent.
taking
I
pictures,
think
you
it
can
is-
see all
it's
this
actually dust or
matrixing.
something that was close to camera.
Yeah, I think so.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah, just
But yeah,
That's really
yeah,
cool.
it looked different than my other photos.
well,
That's awesome.
that's so cool. And so I got one more question for you, real quick. Just wondering if you guys, if your teams are going to be part of the event on September 29th, the world's largest ghost hunt.
No.
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 Oh.
And that's me personally. I'm having shoulder surgery in 2 weeks. So
Oh, well,
I'm going to be out of commission for 6 weeks.
well, you get a hall
which really
pass.
sucks because it's going to be, all through October, through our busy season.
Oh,
And yeah, I'm going to have to be on hiatus.
Yeah, that
So
does.
I
suck.
will not be participating.
I feel your pain. I've been there and done that.
Yeah. Are you having the?
Rotator cuff.
Yeah.
No, actually, they're going to detach the long head of my bicep and move it down a couple inches. because
They
I've
did
got
that
really
to
bad
mine as
impingement.
well.
Yeah.
God, it sounds painful.
Yeah. See, I've been putting
Yes.
off shoulder surgery since 2007, and
Yeah, I've been putting this off since 96.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's like I have like right now I'm going through a good time because yeah,
You're gonna jinx it.
I know, but I haven't had much pain. But Andrea, she has started making me take vitamins and all this good stuff.
That's because you're getting old.
Shut up. And so and this asshole's older than I am, so or
Just
as,
wiser.
yeah, or as he likes to put it, we're not old. Our brains are just full. So
Exactly.
Oh, I like that.
yeah, I'm
Why
not
didn't I think of that?
I'm not old.
good.
Brain's just full. But yeah, so before we get off here, you guys, I want to give you guys a couple minutes to tell everyone where they can find you, find your groups, your websites, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever.
Plug
Yes,
yourselves.
plug the crap out of yourselves and let everybody know where they can find you and where they can find your book. And I'm going to also post that link. So,
Chris, do you need
Well,
time
I'll
to
just
look
say
it
this
up?
real quick. You can find us on Amazon.com. Obviously, for the book, ECCPI is easily findable. East Coast Coalition Paranormal Investigators. You'll find lots of stuff on Clarissa's group, CCPI, Colorado version of that. And yeah, just look for us, and you'll find it. The book is there. Guy Clarissa.
Yeah, no, the easiest way to find me is through one of my websites, which is either the CCPI website, which is ccpi-paranormal.com, or you can find me through my own personal website, which is clarissavazquez.com. Make sure you spell it right. It's got two Z's. And you can always, find us on Facebook. We always answer questions, and even if those questions have us smacking our heads going, really? We make ourselves open and available to people who want to learn, who have questions, who are legitimately concerned, or who are curious. We're good like that.
awesome. Okay, and the book is Debunking Common Paranormal Myths, Exploring Psychosomatic Pareidolia. And I'm totally going to get it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to read it.
Yeah.
Especially after hearing those chapter names.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
Hook him in with the chapters.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like almost like I'm not even gonna say that because it's inappropriate. Never mind. But yeah.
Or inappropriate.
Anyway, yeah, great chapter names. So
Well, if you take the chapters at face value, they're kind of dull. So, we had to make it interesting.
right. And we appreciate that, and it sold us. So I mean, we're definitely going to buy the book, and cannot wait to read it and to it's like I was doing a little intro on you guys before we got you on the line, and I think, everybody in the field, take the time out of your day to explore this book. And, even if, because no one's going to agree with everybody 100%. It's just not going to happen no matter how hard we try.
Right.
Even if...
check it out. I mean, no matter how we you think you are with stuff, there might be something in there that you hadn't thought of or whatnot. I mean, it's not just like beginner talk.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So
True.
check it out. And we appreciate it, obviously.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you all coming on and talking with us and giving us these fantastic titles.
Yes.
Yes, lots of, there's backgrounds to some of those pictures, too. There's all kinds of stuff, but, we'll save that for a later date.
Awesome.
Cool. So are you guys going to collaborate and do another book in the future?
Yes.
Yes?
I sure hope so. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, already have plans in the works?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
Good deal.
Very cool. Well, let me just go ahead and extend that offer that when you guys get that set in stone, you get the book out, you're doing your thing, holler at me, and we will definitely have you guys back on because you guys have been a blast to talk to.
It's been fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Guys, we are going to take a break, and we will be back with more Paratalk.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Steve with Paratalk. Do you have a story to share? Call us at 865-264-0448 to explain your paranormal experience. Do you have a chilling story you'd like to share? Or just give us a topic you'd enjoy us to discuss? We understand some of you would like to keep anonymous, so the choice is yours if you want to share your name. So call 865-264-0448 now to have your story heard on the next episode of Paratalk.
Okay, and we are back.
Back.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
That was.
Chris and Clarissa were amazing interviews.
Yes. I mean, no joke. I am really interested in this book. I can't wait to read it.
Well, especially after those tittles.
Uh,
Come on.
Yeah.
Was I lying?
No, you wasn't lying.
No.
You wasn't lying.
Because
And okay, let's just go to this real quick. The book, it's not like we talked to Chris and Clarissa while we took this break.
Mm-hmm.
They're not out there saying that everybody's throwing out junk,
Right.
And debunking, everything that you put out there.
no.
They're actually trying to help the younger and the veteran investigators by saying, hey, try this, and see, if you still come up with this. Don't pay so much attention to this. Pay attention to this.
They're giving a new perspective.
They are totally giving a new perspective, a fresh look. And honestly, we all can use
Absolutely.
a fresh look into our evidence, or as they put it, our data.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going to say evidence just because that's what I've always
Habit.
called it. It's going to be hard to transition my mind because,
Because
my brain's full.
because
My brain's full. and I can't take another word in there. So, but I mean,
plenty of them coming out though.
shut up.
Freaking idiot!
Yes.
I got you, freaking idiot!
Really?
Ow! Oh, you getting the fart needles again, Dad? Never mind what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think this book, what they've done with this, is a good thing, and
very good
it would benefit all groups, all people that are interested in doing in investigating and doing the paranormal,
and especially these the nun groups, the groups
Yes.
of nuns out investigating the paranormal field,
especially them.
with their whole the young groups just getting started out. You know, you're thinking of forming a paranormal group because you're interested in it. You know, spend money, pick up this book, and learn some techniques. Learn some, so that way,
knowledge is key.
You're not just throwing things out there. And even if you do, and this is another thing, thank you for catching that. Even if you do just start putting this stuff out, just accept the constructive criticism,
because you're going to get it.
Don't when you put data or evidence out there for the world to see, you're going to be critiqued.
Yep.
People are going to believe you. People are not going to believe you. But and you can't take all of the responses to heart, because some people can be really, really mean.
Mm-hmm.
But
real asses.
Yes, but understand that you may see one thing, but it's not what everybody sees.
Right.
And how many times have we gone through reviewing, and one of you have been like, "Do you hear this? Do you tell me what you hear?" And I'm like, rattle off some random word, and you're like, "Really? That's what you hear?" But that's where that whole Yanny and Laurel thing comes in. It's the what was he calling it? The
EQ level.
Yeah, the EQ levels. Because it's different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And when you actually find that one piece of audio that everybody can actually hear it, it's like, yes,
exactly.
this is
and
it.
See, and that's just like me, where, from the working out there at the plants, we have our physicals and we have our hearing checked, and I have partial hearing loss in my left ear that I'll tell you later.
Okay.
He's the deaf one, not you.
No, he's,
or maybe you are too.
He's pretty deaf
and blind.
Yeah, and
this is who I work with.
But
no, I love you.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
It was the demon.
Okay, but so I mean, there's ranges that I don't hear. Certain voices I don't hear. You're that's wrong, Steve.
That's the microphone. You
everything
speak
about that
into
is wrong. Nothing about that's right.
And that's like, I think we had went over this a while back, that like the younger kids can hear different tones, higher tones, whereas when you get older, the higher tones kind of go away.
And some of us hear the higher tones and don't hear the lower ones.
Right. So
Depends.
But once you find that, like I said, find that one that everybody can hear, you're like,
and
yes,
that's
score.
just for that reason. That's why when I load this stuff into Audacity to listen to, I flatten out everything.
Right.
Because it makes it easier for me to hear. And I'm just this old guy. Well, no, this guy with his brain full. Not old. The guy with his brain full.
I married an old guy.
Shut up. Shut up.
A brain full guy.
Yeah, but take it from from us that have been doing this and listening to this stuff for a long time. And they're saying the same thing. Flatten out the EQs and listen. And just give it a shot. What do you have to lose?
Can't hurt anything.
That's true.
No, but I about guarantee you'll get truer data that way than with bases boosted up. And
is it data or data?
Seriously, which one is that? Data.
Wait, Data was the guy on Star Trek. Yeah. Okay, so we'll call it Data.
Data.
Tomato.
Exactly.
Squirrel. And that's why we don't do this. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it's to each their own, but if we can all find a common ground, let's try to find a common ground in the way we review.
Say that
Do
5 times
what?
fast.
I can't. I'm getting tired.
Review.
See,
Review.
that sounded like you were trying to rev up something.
Review.
Rev. But Steve's falling asleep with his nose in the microphone.
Sleepy time.
And it's freaking 9 o'clock.
It's been a long day.
4 hours past my bedtime.
All right. Well,
But this was a great interview.
It
I'm
was.
excited that we got a chance to talk with them.
yep.
Look
And
forward to reading their book, and we will have their link.
a link so you can buy that book on Amazon.
Thanks again to Chris and
Chris
Clarissa.
and Clarissa for taking time out of their Friday evening again.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe Chris was sitting there drinking a beer while he was doing it, and if he was,
I think I heard
I'm
a beer
jealous.
bottle hit the trash can at one point.
there we go. Yeah. So let's just color me jealous, and because I'm drinking this hot.
Is that a
Diet
color?
Mountain Dew. Yes. It's
Green.
It's green.
You're drinking jealousy.
I'm drinking jealousy, but it's diet jealousy.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
That's so much better.
It's a light jealousy.
It's like,
That's some nasty shit.
Yeah, it is. But so okay,
delirious.
you guys check them out. I will post links for everything. Again, September 29th, come out and join us at the Haunted Hells Bar Dam for the world's largest ghost hunt. It will
Heck
be
yeah.
it will be us, East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, teamed up with Jeff, Vicky, and Dale, the Southern Truth Seekers. Tickets are $30. Investigation will go from 7 p.m. till 2 a.m. We will start streaming at 10 p.m. until 2.
Must be 18.
Must be 18. It's going to be a blast. We hope you guys can come down and join us. Also, we have events posted on our website and our Facebook coming up at the Haunted Hells Bar Dam. Just go on to easttnghostseekers.org and go to the calendar, or it may be the events page. I can't remember, but you'll figure it out. It may say schedule. I can't. Get your nose off that microphone. And no, the other one.
I like that restaurant.
That is a good restaurant.
That is a good restaurant.
Yeah. But check it out.
The
We
Tobin.
hope that you guys can come down and make it to the events. There's a bunch coming up. It's going to be a blast.
I'm telling you, October.
Busy.
There is not going to be a shortage of events, activities, or anything in the month of October.
No.
We're going to be some wore out, full brain MFers.
Yes, we are. And speaking of October, come see us at the Oneida, Tennessee Zombie Fest. Come see it. That's on October 13th.
Yes.
Come see us.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
I know.
Come see us at the Screamville, Cursed Acres.
Hold
Three
on.
times.
Amazing place.
Amazing.
We will be at Screamville on October 12th, October 19th, and October 27th.
Awesome. And speaking of which, we need to get Doug on here really, really soon.
Really soon. Like within tomorrow.
We won't be
No.
here tomorrow. We'll be
That's
we'll be at
Sunday?
Hell's Bar. We can do it Sunday because we don't have
I
work.
probably
Monday.
won't be here Sunday.
We don't have work Monday, Steve.
I know, but I have
Okay,
a
discuss
home
this
I have to
later.
go check on, make sure it's still there.
It's still there.
Details.
Your mom's taking care of everything. She's feeding the dog.
She can't mow.
If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Oh, hell no.
And then we've got 2 more events at Hells Bar Dam in October. On the 20th, we've got the Tennessee Wraith Chasers event. Yes. And then there on the 27th, we're having to split on that one.
Yeah, we'll have Andrea and Jesse at Screamville Haunted Attraction doing a meet and greet with all you fine folk that come out. And Steve and I will be back down at the Hells Bar Dam.
With Paranormal Mysteries.
Yes, we will.
And, I mean, you may be able to have our 2 new members be with you on that event
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
So,
Yeah, we should try to get that worked out. So, Mike, Elsie, if you guys are listening to this, if you guys are free on October 27th,
We'll see him tomorrow.
that's true.
they may hear this before they come.
Are you sure about that?
They can give us an answer when they get there.
You know, their brains are full too. They might
Did you hear that, guys?
be napping.
Steve just said your brains were full.
All right, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
What?
that doesn't make me the
fullest
brain anymore.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not positive.
Yeah, I don't know.
You full brain
of a
people. You're such a full brain.
What are you doing?
All right, guys. Well, we've got all kinds of stuff coming up,
Yes.
and just stay tuned. We'll have more announcements.
Words.
Sorry.
Words.
Yes, words have shut off. Out.
Are they cloning humans yet?
Clowning?
Cloning.
Yes, I believe they are. This, we may have got a dud sitting across from us.
I hate you both.
Just
You're
kidding.
gonna sleep outside tonight.
I'm really just kidding.
I'd like to see that.
Really just.
Bet. Bet.
You said you're going to sleep outside tonight?
No, you.
My truck's out there. I just drive my ass to the house.
Wrong, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, thank you guys. If you guys held out this long, again, we're sorry, and we hope you enjoyed. If you guys listen to us on Apple, please rate, review, and say something nice, or just be honest. It doesn't matter.
We really like nice things.
We
though.
do like nice things, but just be honest. If you guys have ideas for a show, if you have a story to tell, like Steve says in every bumper we play, call us at 865-264-0448 and share your story with us. And we'll play it on an episode of Paratalk.
Talk.
Good job. And yeah, lots of stuff going on. So until then, I'm Steven.
This is Steve.
I'm Andrea.
And you've been listening to Paratalk.
And that's all, folks.
You're listening to Paratalk with East Tennessee Ghost Seekers, a new perspective in paranormal talk radio.
Hey, this is Steve with Paratalk. Do you have a story to share? Call us at 865-264-0448 to explain your paranormal experience. Do you have a chilling story you'd like to share? Or just give us a topic you'd enjoy us to discuss? We understand some of you would like to keep anonymous, so the choice is yours if you want to share your name. So call 865-264-0448 now to have your story heard on the next episode of Paratalk.